So here is RSM Service Centric Accelerator on the screen in front of you. And as I said before, this sits within Microsoft's Dynamics 365 customer engagement platform. It utilizes the different customer engagement modules: sales, customer service, project operations, and field service. The big benefit of this, of being able to tie these together, is that often companies like yourselves need to be able to aggregate the financials under a project, but you need to dispatch resources to job sites to perform different tasks. And so the big benefit of the Service Centric Accelerator is being able to connect project operations with field service. And so when we talk about being able to aggregate a financial information on a project, the project operations module within Dynamics 365 allows for project planning and being able to set up the different project tasks and the financials and the estimates that are involved with that. And so here on your screen, I have a demo project that I have set up here. And along the different tabs at the top, I do have some tasks that are set up. And the task planning is done utilizing Microsoft Project for the web. And so you can see my work breakdown structure here that I've set up, a very simple one in this particular case, but I have set this up with some different tasks that are enabled for this. So I can have some different tasks that then have resources assigned to them, which is going to generate my financial estimate, which you can see here. I have, since I have assigned these tasks to different resources that have the costing rates assigned to them, I can bring in my project estimate to be able to do this. Now, the situation that I'm encountering here is, let's say that a project needs to be done to install some pieces of equipment in order to do some asphalt testing in this particular case. So I'm going to have some back office or some project management activities that are going to occur, and I've assigned those to myself here, where I need to do some product ordering and I need to do some scheduling. So those are back office activities that would typically then be associated with just a project task that I would perform. But in this particular case, I also need to schedule an installation to occur at a particular job site. And this is where field service comes into play, where I'm going to schedule work orders for this work to be done and give the details to the resource to be able to perform these activities. And so in this particular case, what we have added to the project operations module is the ability to then perform service delivery in the context of a project. And so this is where RSM has developed a service-centric accelerator to be able to do this. And so I can create a new work order here within my project. So I'll go ahead and create this work order here. And you can see that I can then assign it to a particular project task that is in relation to this. And this becomes important because it's in a more traditional field service implementation or utilization of field service. It's often for break-fix work or standalone work that needs to be dispatched. But in the service-centered world, we need to be able to have a project that then has work orders associated to them. So we're not going to invoice the work orders directly. Instead, the time that the resources spent on the work orders at the job site is going to come back onto the project so that we can get a wholesale view of what is occurring within the project itself. So I'm going to create this work order. And all of this is different information that can be associated with it to give it more information. But we'll let this work order create, and then we can go in and add in additional details that are necessary. So here's my work order that has been created within the project, and I'm going to edit it here where I can add in a different additional products that might be necessary. So it's an installation of a product. So as a project manager, I can come in and I can add in products that are going to be necessary to be able to put this in. And this is going to tell my dispatched resources what they need to have in order to perform the work that is necessary at the job sites when they get there. I can also add in additional tasks. So if we have multiple tasks that need to be performed at the job site, those can be added in as well. So we can add in different service tasks that might be necessary to do this, to give the resources information about what they need to do when they arrive at the job site. So this really allows for good collaboration from the back office staff into the field staff so that they can know and have a clear picture of exactly what needs to be done as they arrive at the job site. So I'm going to just add a few of these here to be able to do this. You can see those get added here. Collect customer signature here at the end. So as a project manager, I can get my work orders set up for my project so that the resources have a clear picture of exactly what they need to do when they arrive to the job site. And we can cross-collaborate with the field staff to ensure that the work is done effectively and in time with that. So I'm going to return to my work order here quick. And we can also add in any additional notes that the resource might need in order to do that, as well as add in any required certifications that might be necessary in order to perform the work on the particular project. So if there are requirements like that on the project, those can be added into the work order as well. Once the work order is set up, it can then be scheduled and assigned to a specific resource, and all of the information that gets added to the work order is necessary to be able to help find the right resource. Because again, the challenge that we see continually is that you don't have the proper resources available, or it's difficult to know who should perform the work necessary on a particular work order. So I'm going to navigate to the schedule board. And we'll let this spin up. But the schedule board gives me a wholesale picture of the resources that I have at my disposal within the company. And it shows me who has been already scheduled for work. And so then I can find resources available who can then be scheduled for the work order that I have, or work orders that I have created for my project. So down here at the bottom, a scheduler would see the work orders that are open, waiting to be scheduled. And here's the one that I just created right here. A scheduler can open up this requirement and they can take a look at what is necessary on it. So any skills that are necessary with that, and they can also go ahead and look at the work order if they want to. It'd also find the same information here under the Unscheduled Work Orders tab. And they can bring up the work order in this window as well to be able to look at any of the information the project manager has entered into the work order as well. So they can look at the service tasks, get any of the information and documentation that's necessary for this. To schedule it, we can do a number of different things. We can obviously look through and just drag our work order onto a resource to be able to do that. We can also highlight it and find availability, and the system will look for resources that match for the particular skill set or certifications that we need in order to do that. We can also just search by name here as well if we know that it is somebody who we know, and I'm going to schedule this for myself, just for ease of demo here. I'm going to go ahead, schedule this for today. There's different scheduling options to be able to do this. We can spread the hours out if we need to, or if we just want to front load the hours here. So it's going to take into account for all the work schedule or work hours that a resource is available. And those all get set up on the resource itself. And so we know how many hours are available for a particular resource and how many they have available to be scheduled. But you can see here that now that has been booked on my resource here. So now as a resource, I am able to then see this. And typically a user would see this within the mobile application to be able to see the booking itself and understand all of the information that's coming from it. So the resource would pull up their mobile device. They would see that they have been assigned a job for this particular time. And so they know right away what they need to be doing. They can click into the work order to then see the information that the project manager has entered for them to know. And so they're going to know the products that they need to have in stock in order to perform the work. They will see the tasks that they need to perform when they get there. All across the board. So just to show you how this works, a user will change their booking status to in progress when they begin work on that work order. And let me add in the information that we need here. And what the system does here, as a resource moves their booking into in progress, is the system is now tracking the time that the work order is in progress. And so it's doing the time entry for us in this regard. And this is really beneficial as well because it's not depending on the resource to remember how much time was spent on each individual work order. And so the system is tracking all of this so that then that time can then be assigned back to the project itself, so that the project manager can have a full understanding of what's happening on the project. So we're going to leave this here for just a minute or two so that we can get that information and have it come back to the project itself. So while I leave that, I'm going to go here to the resources, because this is really important as well as we begin to put together all of the information about a resource that's going to allow us to do all of the different financial pieces that come with this. So you can see here on the resources, we're able to set up the work hours, like I mentioned earlier. So it gives us the ability to have a good understanding of how when a resource is available to do work, and different templates can be set up to be able to show the different calendars that resources are going to be available. We obviously have our different hourly rates and our skills and the resource roles that they can have to be able to do this. We can also enable scheduling information here. So if a resource is going to begin from their home, we can actually put that in so that you have the ability to be able to schedule and route resources from their starting location and their ending location. And so when you get into more advanced scheduling topics, you're able to do smart routing as well, utilizing these features from Field Service. You can see here is the work hour calendar as well, and this can be edited to be able to, you can see, take into account holidays, working time that is available, etc., to be able to put all of this together. And these can be edited as well to include PTO if need to, or different out-of-office times for a particular resource. So I'm going to return to the booking here. Remember, I went to in progress on this booking. I'm now going to move this to completed, as we say here. And when a booking goes completed, time entries are going to generate for this resource on this project and on this work order. And this is where it becomes very beneficial when we connect field service to project operations, because now that time entry is going to be connected back to the project itself so that the project manager can have visibility into what is occurring on his or her project. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes for the automation to run. Keep in mind that the technician or the field staff, all they need to do is just update this booking status on their booking in order to have those time entries generate onto the project itself. We go here. And there we go. So we see here this time entry has generated right here at the top. And obviously it's a very short one because I was not at that in progress status for very long, but the time entry has come in onto my time card, which is what you're looking at here. And so as a technician, I can then review my time entries, and then I can submit them for approval against the project. I'll go ahead and submit this one.